Hey guys, welcome to Joe's RC Corner, and today we're back out at the airport. We're finally working on the Cricket again. Today we're just doing a quick little bit of work out here. Went ahead and got the airplane outside because we're going to be doing a little bit of just some testing here. If you guys remember in the last video, we talked about the autopilot that I'm going to be putting in the airplane from Aircraft Automations. I'll put the link down in the description, along with an affiliate link if you're interested in their product. But basically, guys, after the intro here, I'm going to show you what I'm going to be working on today. Just a quick bench test for some products here that I picked up while I was over at Oshkosh for the Cricket. So stay tuned, guys. Be right back. All right, guys, so if you guys remember, I do have a Wig-wag system here that I had purchased a while ago. This is from Crazy Pilots. I did like the system. However, it uses the negative line to turn on and off, and it didn't work well for what I wanted to do because of the way I ran my wiring on the aircraft. So that won't work. But what I did find is a from Fly LEDs. They have a nice little compact Wig-wag switch system here, and it's programmable. And I wanted to do a little bit of bench testing on it because I wanted to see if I could use this with the positive leads. And per the book here, it actually says that you can. And when I spoke to the gentleman there, I thought their systems looked pretty cool. They have a lot of different types of patterns that you can use on this system. Using the landing light, using LEDs to do your flashing and so on. But I just want simple Wig-wag, and the switch is completely programmable, which is also very, very neat. So I just rigged up this little bench test here, and as you can see, the first switch, that's just on, and then it's a 3 position, so if I switch it one more time down, now I get a Wig-wag that I wanted to have on this airplane from the start. So this is really nice, very compact, easy to install, and so I'm going to make sure that that fits in the panel where all my switches are, and I'm going to see if we can get that wired up when we get to redoing some of the wiring here on the Cricket. Since we do have the panel cut out and ready to go, we're going to go ahead and start working on that this week. The other things that we're working on, Aircraft Automations, the autopilot system, since it does use 2 trim tabs, or uses a trim tab for the autopilot, I really didn't want to have 2 trim tabs on the aircraft. So the stock trim tab here, I don't want to use this because it's too big, it's really sensitive, and I'd have to counterbalance it, and it's a bit heavy on one side. So we're probably going to omit that. But the only thing I'm trying to figure out, and I thought about just doing a full skin, but now I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, man, this is going to be a lot of work to pull all this apart, re-rivet all this back together, repaint all of it, and then re-put it back together and get it hinged back in place. Now, so what I'm thinking I might do is I'm going to drill out the rivets up to here and all the way across, and then down, and then on the bottom side as well. And what I'm thinking about doing is just making a trim piece that goes over this, and I'm debating whether or not I want to pull it from the skin that I already got, or just bend over a new piece of aluminum, because I do have some here as well, just a plain out thin piece of aluminum that I can bend over on a brake. But I've also thought about just cutting this out, because and I may just hold this off till later and use this piece another time, because I did have Roger go ahead and cut me this piece, which has the minus the trim tab on it. It would be nice and clean, but man, that's going to be a lot of work pulling that apart, and I really just want to get this plane done and built. And maybe on the next rendition, maybe I'll go ahead and pull it apart sometime down the road and redo that, because I really don't want to pull all of this apart, guys. That's a lot of steps backwards, and I'm not sure I really want to do that. So what I think I might do is just go ahead and pull out the, cut this piece out, and then, not cut it out, but pull this piece off here, and then just make another piece that bends over it up to here, rivet that all back into place, maybe add a few more rivets along here. That'll strengthen up this whole section, and then I can add that trim tab on there, which should be nice and neat. So that is the plan. So I think that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to get some measurements so I can take that part over there and see if we can't get that fixed. So that's the plan. So stay tuned. Okay guys, so welcome back. So we got the skin off the elevator and it's all right over here. And we did start, go ahead and start laying up the skin here on the new skin, which as you can see does not have that trim tab on here. Now, we are going to have a trim tab here, and I will show you. Okay, so we have the flight aircraft automations trim tab, and that's going to get mounted somewhere about right here on the aircraft. And the servo will be mounted within the cutout underneath here. So if I flip this over, and I know this is not going to be where I'm going to be assembling the elevator permanently. I do need to put it on the bench, but I need to get that cleared off. But basically the servo will be mounted inside this opening here, and the trim tab will be riveted to the end of the elevator here. And once that's all in place, that will be my new trim tab. So we do have a bit of work here to do. We have everything is been removed and ready for reassembly. We do need to do some cleanup and pull out some rivets, final rivets in some of the skin pieces and some of the strengtheners. The other part is already back here in the center, but we do have this other section here, which I think we will still use this piece fully once we put this in here, because yeah, I don't need this for that trim tab. However, I may still drill out these holes on this skin and rivet that in place, because that'll strengthen up this area here, since this rib doesn't actually go all the way to the tip, and I want that added strength there. Or what I could do is just order one of the pieces right there, and I can look it up, and then we can just go ahead and just bring that piece all the way out right here and just continue the holes similar to on that side, and that will bring that strength all the way back down, and then that piece of course will be there, and then they'll both be the same, but I'm not sure yet. We may use this piece just to add some strength in this tip here, but we'll see. So other than that, guys, that's it for today. We're going to be back out here this weekend. We're going to work on this, see if we can't get this elevator finished. We're going to do some cleanup as well, get all this straightened up, organized, so that we can have a nice clean space to work. So I'll see you guys this weekend. Bye now.